All right, here we go. Boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da. Hey, I am here now. Boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom. Kick your leg up. Throw your hands out. Kick your legs out. Throw your hands up. Let's breathe. Let the blood flow. Hey, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom, boom, da, boom, da, boom. All right. Thank you very much for our ancestors all over the world so we can get our meditation in. Let the spirits come around and guide us this morning. Have a great day. I'm going to start out today with the Amun Ra. Amun Ra. I'm going to talk about. Here we go. Amun Ra. Here we go. With the name that means hidden light, Amun Ra is the most worshipped and oldest ancient Egyptian ruler, also written as Amon, Amon, and Amen, and hypothesized by some to be the root of the word amen used by Christians and Jews, was first worshipped as two separate gods, Amun, who created the universe, and Ra, who was the god of the sun and light, was combined into one god between the 11th and 16th centuries BCE. During the 25th dynasty, Amun Ra became known as the chief god of the Nubian kingdom. Over time, Egyptians gave Amun Ra the power over all of life on earth, in the underworld, and in heaven. There are several temples throughout Egypt dedicated to Amun Ra, such as Karnak, Deir el Medina, and Luxor. That is Amun Ra, 2100 BC. Okay, some information there. So let's start this one off right. Hope you guys are doing great. This is a Tuesday, a terrific Tuesday. Folks, we're going to have a great day, a great week. Let's get the day started. And the phrase of the day starts like this. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? What does home, other than where I live, mean to me? All together now. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? All right, who wants to go first? And rising.
Grand Rising, could you say it again, please?
No problem. This goes like this. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me?
Other than where you live,
Yeah, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me?
a place where you can go and have some peace of mind, or maybe like your best friend's house, somebody that you have confidence in, that you go talk to, or you go by and you can, maybe they say you having a rough day and you can go and talk to, maybe it's your parents' house, or your best friend, or that favorite cousin or something like that, where you can go and talk to that person about whatever's going on in your life at that moment, and find some relief there, and just a listening ear, and um, without no judgment, or looking at you sideways or whatever, or um, a place like that where you can go. I would consider that a second home, where it's home away from home, because you can go there and relax and just be yourself and do you, and and whoever that person there is, that you're that confidant that you can go to. So that's what comes to my mind when you say that. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it. You
Did
said
I
a
say my name?
say it again, just where you are.
this this is Shuna from La Sierra, California.
Okay, all right. You said a place, where you can have a peace of mind, such as a best friend's house you can talk to and discuss things and you feel comfortable with and feel at home, and you have a best friend or a cousin, someone you can just confide into, who can listen to you and give a lending ear and no judgment. They don't prejudge you. It's like, hey, you just be yourself, and it's like a second home, a home away from home, a confidant you can trust, and you don't feel like you are being betrayed or anything like that. So it's a place where you can go in and relax and be yourself, and also, you have a great friendship or a camaraderie, as you said, your best friend, cousin, someone you can believe in, someone who believes in you and can give you that uplifting spirit and give you the words of confidence as you go along in whatever you're going through in life. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, Shuna. And we're going to keep rolling. I'll say it again. She wants to go next. It goes like this. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? All right, who wants to go next?
Blessings and prosperity. This is Sierra Moore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And what I got out of that is that the home is shelter. It's a place of refuge. It's also the place that you learn and train, because that's where you first learn at. Home is always that place where you get poured into and sometimes disciplined, let down, disappointed. Home is so much more than just home, because home is your first basis of learning. You learn how to endure other people, other people's attitudes, other people's behaviors. You also deal with the day-to-day stresses of the inside temple of your home. You learn how to adapt within a home before you enter into the world, because you get home lessons before you get worldly lessons. And I say that because as a child, you're taught what not to do, what to say, how to act. So you're getting disciplined and taught how to perform once you leave out of your home. And we, as children, we look at it as, oh, I can't never do nothing. They're always telling me, don't do this, don't do that. But it's normally to protect you, to keep you safe. So then when you enter into the world, you don't need nobody to tell you what not to do and what to do, because you were taught at home first. And some of us takes our adapted learning skills from home and we enter into the world and we help add to other people's lives because of our own home-based skills that we're taught. So home is the first place of our learning experience, our imprint on us and the world, because we take on all of those people's different personalities through our life and our day, and it imprints on us, and we take it to the world. And some are good and some are bad. Some add to and some take away. But it's for us to identify what is useful within those skills that we're taught through our structure called home. But not only that, you are your home, because you are a temple. So you take your home with you everywhere. But home starts within the structure. And I'm appreciated of the fact that I have the lawyer, the teacher, the doctor, the structure, the understanding and discipline, the free will to be able to explore with an open mind and not being chastised or chastened or stopped from my creativity within my home. So I thank the Creator for placing me within the home system and structure that He has. That's all I got for you, Dennis. Blessings and prosperities to all, and a blessed, prosperous new year. Be blessed.
All right, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. You said the home is a shelter, a refuge where you can learn and train and do all things in there. And also it can be you can be poured into and disciplined and let down sometimes. Disappointment. First place you learn is the learning place, where you learn about other people and their attitudes, and you adapt before you can enter into the world. Into the world, you have the home. It's taught you what to say and taught you how to act as children. You can carry that, and you taught how to communicate, and also you can do anything in the world. It's our first imprint on us into the world if we use it. Some good, some bad, you said. Turns us into how we identify to the world in your home. Home is your temple and free to express yourself. And thank the Creator for having that for you. I always say, with my children, I put my stamp on them. And with my parents, they taught me everything that I know. And that's the first lesson I always tell people, the children learn from best time, like my dad told me, from 0 to 5. You get on them and you let them know, and they know who you are. And instead of letting them grow up and next thing you know, you don't have any say in their life. They form their own mind, their own opinion, and society has given them that, and you didn't have any input. And people wonder, well, why does my kid act like that? It's because you didn't start, like you said, in the home in the beginning when they were young. That's where the kids can hear you. Like the Chinese kids, they can speak 3 or 4 languages at 3 years old. And why do we act like ours can't? So we have to get in there and show them guide them in the correct direction, so they can have that knowledge and be able to deal with the world outside and be able to deal with every situation, different personality traits as you go. As a lot of people play sports, you learn how to play teamwork versus not, especially in today. They don't even associate with people nowadays, so they don't have any skills, any people skills. That's what people are always going to be important. So we have to go ahead and let our children know about that and give them the rights and the wrongs, so for them to form their own mind. But you give it that basic training from homes. People always talk about the Marine Corps when I went in there, but I got my basic training from home. My dad and mom, they gave me everything I needed to go out into the world. Maybe I didn't appreciate it, and it was, I always say, "Damn, I didn't like my dad growing up." But once I became a man, it was like, wow, he taught me everything I know to be a man. I'll go out and how to deal with, how to have responsibility. So many people out there don't do that, and we see the outcome today, and they make excuses for their children or what's going on. But at the end of the day, it was up to you to give them that knowledge and that nourishment and that education from home to be able to go out and deal with the world, as you said. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Keep on rolling as we go. Here we go. It goes like this. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? All right, who wants to go next?
Grand
You
Rising. Okay.
All
you
right,
can
go ahead.
go, but I didn't hear it.
Okay, I'll say it again. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. Shuna, you could go. I'll go after you.
No, go ahead, because I actually already said something.
Okay. All right. So what does home other than
Who
where
are
I
you
live?
and where you calling from, please?
Okay. What home means to me is really taking care. And so when I hear the word home, I'm thinking of those places that the Most High has in that we put ourselves in, because our body temple, I feel, is my home. So I need to take care of my body better. I think of the sanctuary where I pray, and that could be a church house, a mosque, the mosque. It could also be, you know, if you just simply go out into nature and pray. So it doesn't have to be a building. So wherever I am constantly, that's home. You know, if I'm at work constantly, then I need to take care of that place, not because I'm looking out for the boss, but because this is a surrounding that I'm putting myself in. So that being said, to me, that means that these are things I need to take care of. These are things that that God has given us an opportunity to be a part of. So I should make sure that my workplace is a positive environment. And that doesn't mean because you're a supervisor that you do it, but when you enter into a space, I think the atmosphere should change. You know, it should, and it actually does. You know, if a negative person goes into a space, that atmosphere may take on some negativity. So really starting to own this new year, the spaces that I'm in, making sure that those spaces are uplifted just simply because we're there. So I could make it more beautiful. I could just come in with a great attitude and uplift the energy into that space. So that's what that means to me right now. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much. You know, you said those places the Most High put in our midst, and where we are in our places, in our bodies, and we can pray in a church, and that can be the place, you know, you put yourself in, or a mosque. You said a mosque, not just a church house, but the mosque. It can be in nature outside, and you can pray. And this is where we can go, in the surroundings. You need to take care of it. You know, you can go there and feel peaceful at it. You have peace with everything you do, and when you need to take care of where you work at, and make it a positive environment, like your surroundings you were talking about. And the atmosphere will change when you're a positive person, and you can put that into the air and make everyone else feel the greatness that you have inside you. Also, a negative person on the opposite side, you can come in there and you can feel that in the space. But you want to go in and uplift everything around you and be that positive person no matter what situation is, so you can pass that positive energy on out to everyone else and make them feel like they're at home and they're comfortable and they can do things, or they cannot do things because you won't allow it. You have a boundary, and you have a specific guidelines that you want to provide at work, so you can go out and make things happen the way you want it to, versus them controlling you. You control the situation on what's the narrative where your workplace is. It can be if you're the boss, if you're the employee, or whatever. You know that you have a certain integrity and fortitude that everyone can go there and be respected for what you do, versus the bad things. We see those at work and everything in life as well. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And what was your name and where you calling from? You forgot that. Okay.
Oh, this is Kai calling from Kingston, New York.
All right. Thank you very much, Kai. All right. We're going to keep on rolling and see what wants to go next. It goes like this. Perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. The question is, what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? Who wants to go next? All righty then. Okay, so I'll say it one more time, and I'll just go ahead and get ready to close it out. It goes like, perhaps home is not a place, but simply an irrevocable condition. You know, perhaps home is not a place. It can be somewhere that you feel comfortable with, as everybody said. You know, it's shelter. It can be a mosque. It can be anything that you say out there. It can be a friend's house. It can be anything out there. Simply an irrevocable condition. You can't take it back. And what does home, other than where I live, mean to me? Folks always say home is where the heart is. That's where it's home, is where the heart is. So you're comfortable anywhere that you go, you can make it your home. You can walk there and you're greeted in a certain way. You're respected. And you know, the home is where the heart and mind is. And that's wherever you go. The creator made the whole earth is his home. Everything he said is earth is under our dominion. So guess what? Everywhere is home. Wherever you go, it is home. You can make anywhere you go. I say some people come in when I walk into a room and say, wow, you command the presence, or you just have this different aura over you. It's not that. It's just that I demand the respect. I come in, it's like, hey, I want you to feel comfortable. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, no matter what the condition is. That you say, hey, that's someone to be reckoned with. Someone, I don't know who that is, but they want to find out. And then they want to find out, and when they speak to me, then it's they feel comfortable. And I learned that from my mother and my father. You know, my mother always, we had a home where almost everyone could come into. I mean the whole block, the whole family. We had a huge family. You know, so not only from the cousin, uncles, aunts, friends, I brought friends over. It was like everybody could come there as a refuge and feel at home. They could get a meal cooked. My mother would. I remember with basketball team when she would. We didn't have names and numbers on our jerseys. She'd get up and she'd make the names and numbers, and everybody at that time didn't have names on their jerseys, but we did as a grammar school. So it's things that, you know, everybody felt comfortable. I still have people today saying, hey, wow, you know, I feel like your family. I got a friend of mine, Harold Moore, who thinks he's my brother. You know, is always calling me in from Chicago or Wendell Poindexter or Trent Richardson or Ed Dewan. It was just everybody's always feeling comfortable. So I make people comfortable so everybody feels at home, like Shooter said, the best friend, someone that you can count on, someone who you can trust and you can confide into. So, you know, home is where the heart is. Wherever your heart is, it's in a good place. And you can take that out no matter where you go, no matter what country you go to, no matter what lands you go to, because as I said, the dominion is ours. You have to be confident in yourself. And that's learned from a early stage. My dad always taught me to be 10 times better. Go out and be the man in this world. Go out and have responsibility. I had a child when I was young, but I took responsibility, didn't run from it, didn't say, oh, no, this is not mine. Oh, this is what the case may be. Whatever the mother did, that was on her. I had to take the responsibility and make sure that I could do it. I took the responsibility to make sure they had a home, a shelter, or whatever the case may be, so I could take care of my child. You know, it doesn't make a difference what it is. You have to be responsible. We have to overcome our shortcomings. Whatever is dealt in life, you have to overcome it with whatever obstacle, and you be the creator. You, as I say, start with the man or the woman in the mirror and go out there and make things happen. You don't just wait for things to happen. You have to be proactive instead of reactive. And that comes with your, as we said on the training from home that you receive, the discipline, how to communicate with others, learning, if you don't learn that, how are you going to go out into the world and deal with certain situations? It starts in the home. Everything you need to learn is in the home. Or what you don't learn in the home, you say, that guy ain't got no home training. You see him out there. You see how the children act sometimes. You see what it is. And it's a direct reflection on the parent, a direct reflection on how they didn't get any. You say they didn't get no home training. That's right. But you know what? Home can be where your heart is. Home can be your home away from home. Home for someone else can be there. I remember kids or still to this day as an adult, if it wasn't for your family and your parents, man, I don't know where I'd be at. I still receive those calls today. I still receive the calls from me talking to people about, hey, man, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. Or if it wasn't for what you said and what you did, you inspired me. I did a speech in high school where people still are remembering that. They'll call me up to this day, man, that motivated me when we was in high school and you said this and you said that, or even while I was in the Marine Corps, throughout my life, and when I was in the car business or whatever structure, you always go out there and you be the best person you can be. Because as one person, I'll say his name, Wilson Debriano, said, hey, you're always on stage in life. You go out there and you put your best foot forward. You go out there and you make a good day. When somebody pisses you off, you go out there and you say, hey, that's okay. We're going to make it a better day. My grandmother, Myrtle Mott, I didn't understand. This lady was always in a good mood. I mean, no matter what happened, she was always, that's okay, baby. It's all right. I'm like, man, who can be so nice? Who can just let that happen? It just gave me, say, you know what? No matter what, as today, I still say, I leave the door open so no matter what someone says to me, they can curse me out, or whatever the case may be, but I always leave that door open so they can come back. And I always say, instead of having walls up, turn them sideways to build that bridge so we can connect and we can go ahead and move forward and get through things, because everyone has adversity. Everybody goes through obstacles. Everybody has a problem. Everybody has something that they don't think they can get over, but that's life. Life is full of things. Failures are a great thing because it teaches you a lesson. And if you learn from that lesson, you'll always be perfected. You can always increase what you have to implement on this world. And we need to go out there and show people, hey, right now in business, home is where the heart is. People buy from who they like. They do this because they trust, they like, and love. It's not the product, it's you. People are buying you. And when you don't see somebody getting from you, it's because you have to look at yourself and say, what do I look like? What would I buy for me? What I want to do for me? Would I want to be, would I follow me? And we want to have people follow us because we had to learn. Even when you start out at home, you learn. You're the child. You learn from your teachers. You learn all through life. And when you go out there in this world, that's when you let your light shine, because you have to be a follower in order to be a great leader. Every leader follows someone, somewhere, somehow. They had to learn. And they can go out into this world and learn what you have. I think, like I said, told you the other day, my teacher, who Mr. Keys, who looked like a black Abraham Lincoln, had the beard and everything. He would always sit back and he had his pipe and he would be saying, Dennis, the rules will never change. Only the problems will change. And I was like, man, this dude is crazy. But I learned that was a key to life. He gave me a nugget that I can still say to this day from my ninth grade trigonometry class. I still remember that, because if you know the rules and you understand the rules of trigonometry, calculus, chemistry, if you know the rules, it doesn't make a difference what equation, what number comes in, you can figure out that problem, because now you have the rules in place, you know the root and how it can go. And now that goes through life. When you find out what people are, how you can relate to people, they have different personality types. But when you can figure that out, you can get in front of people and you can talk, and everyone will hear what you're saying because they can see themselves within you. And he taught me how to, as I go through life, how to, we call it four different personality types. I'll just use these. People have a whole bunch of different ways, but I say this: the shark, the urchin, the whale, the dolphin, all have different personality types. But when you can communicate and you speak to people, and everybody can relate to their personality type. A shark is somebody who's money hungry. They always want something, but sometimes a shark will bite their own people and eat their own people. So you have to learn how to talk to that person. Urchin is someone who is somebody's an introvert, not outgoing. They want to sit and but they're smart. They have like accountants. They have numbers. They know how to do things, or they're very smart at what they do. But they're an introvert more likely. Then you have a whale. A whale is someone who wants to help everybody. They want to help people. You go out there and you say, hey, there's a Ferrari right there. They say, no. The whale said, no, I want that van so we can put everybody in the church in there, and we're going to be able to get a bus, and we're going to take. They're always looking to help no matter what. They put themselves second, but they want to help everybody else. Then you have the dolphin. The dolphin is somebody who's like the life of the party. Always, they come in. Only that person could wear them purple shoes, green plots, and they don't care. They're coming in and the life of the party. They energize everything. Not to praise with money, but they'll liven up the party. And when you can talk and speak to in one session, and all of them different characteristic types see themselves in you, now you've made them feel at home. You've made a home away from home, and all of them can connect to you. And it's about the communication, the generational wealth that we can produce together. It's all about that. We can communicate, we can have dialogue, we can go through things together. Now we see each other on one accord, because you have to come to a place where we all have a common ground. And when we have that common ground, now we can go out into the world and express it more. As I always say to you, you have to be that lighthouse that guides all the ships in, so everyone can see. And you have to be able to know the personality types, the different characteristics of people. And when you can do that, your network becomes your net worth, because now you can communicate with all kinds of people, and you never know what they can bring to the table or what you can enhance their life with. As Eric Thomas says, he gives a whole bunch of people advice, free information. And, we have to get better at that. He's out there on YouTube at 3 a.m. doing something, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night. Hey, if he can do it, we can do it. We want to get out, and he's giving you his information. And whatever you have to say is important to this world. Whatever you have to say is important to someone else. Don't be silent. A closed mouth doesn't get fed. Success leaves clues. Be determined on what you want to do. Be the inspiring. Have the power to let other people see how great you are, because you have a greatness. You have a gift inside you that the Creator has given you, and go out there in this world and let it shine. Let it shine. Have that dream. Have that reality. Make the dreams come true. Manifest it in your mind, and then make it become a reality, something you can touch. Material or non-material. Heart, it can be a communication, a vibe that you have with somebody. You can just look at somebody and you can say the words mentally and telepathically without even opening your mouth. Folks, we have that power, that strength. The mind is a terrible thing to waste. So let's go out there and use our minds today. Go out there and impress somebody upon them, the goodness that you have, the positivity, as we say, go out there and take the positivity, go out there and pray, go to your situation, teach your children how to be great children. Don't let them just pass by. Go out there and get their friend who you say is a second home and give them the courage and the strength as well they're giving you to it, because you have to give and receive. Some people don't like to receive it, but you got to be able to receive in order to give. So go out there and make it full circle, 360 degrees, and inspire somebody today to be better than what they were yesterday, and make their tomorrow better than it was today. So we're always going out to be the better person, the better human being. The home, as I said, is where the heart is. If you remember that, anywhere you go, you have dominion over all. So you make that, you go out today and impress the world. So thank you all very much. Have a great day. Have a great day. Go out there and make something fabulous happen, because you are great. You are a genius. You are a winner. You are the best at what you do. So it makes no difference what goes on around you. You can also be the best that you can be, and have that heart and the mind and the soul and the spirit to go out there and conquer all, and also have a communication line open to everyone. So thank you all very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all on the beaches and adventures of the world with lots of money in your pockets, wallets, purses, and most of all, those big fat bank accounts. Have a great day, folks. Bye-bye.